Yeah, 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 yeah. Look, 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 look.
What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick, and welcome to a new series called JGK Tales, which is basically similar to like story times that other people would do, where they would talk about certain things that happen in their life. I want to call mine JGK Tales, so it's not like a complete rip-off of those kind of videos. I want to have sort of a different title, but yeah, this will be a series where I'll talk about certain things that happen in my life. What I'm going to be talking about here is the time that my house was shot at. I'm going to talk about this situation and basically what happened. So I think this happened in the year, like, I want to say 2020. I want to say this happened in 2020. This other place I used to live at was like a townhouse area, you know, with other houses. It was like low-income housing area. And before I moved out of there for this reason of, you know, shootings happening there, it wasn't like the best neighborhood. There was like no gates around there. A lot of the kids there would play in the driveway where cars would drive at. It just wasn't really a well-kept area. It just wasn't one of the best areas to live in. And I think this was in 2020 or a few years back, you know, before I moved and when I was living there. There were shootings that started to happen. Like once in a while you would hear gunshots go off in certain parts and areas of the houses there, you know. And eventually they got a lot closer to where I lived in that area. And there were shootings that would happen every now and then where you could hear them. And it was a pretty scary thing, you know, to have idiots around there shooting guns, just acting like idiots and shooting guns. They could potentially hurt or kill people in the crossfire. But one day, the gunfire came really close, and it was a pretty scary situation. So on the specific day, it was nighttime. I was in my room. I was actually playing Dead Rising 4, and some gunshots went off, and it was really close to my house. Bullets actually came through my window, and they actually went into the living room TV. So there was like a bullet hole in the window. Bullets came through the window, and they came into the living room TV, and the living room TV was fried for good. I mean, I would rather that get fried than someone dying, of course, because you can replace technology, you can't replace people. But bullet came through the window, then it went into the TV. I think it got stuck in there because you couldn't see any more bullet holes after the TV. So there was a bullet hole just lodged into the TV, and it was pretty much ruined. It was a scary situation because at the same time that was happening, I was living with family, you know, and my mom was in the living room. And she was close to that shooting. There was some shooting. She heard it. She looked out the window and she could see shooting. Thankfully, she dodged and ducked and didn't get hit by the gunfire, I'm glad that didn't happen. But she was close to where the bullet came through the window, came through the TV. I ran down, seen what was going on. We went into the basement till the gunfire went away. The cops came there, you know, investigated the area to find who did it. It was a scary situation. It really was a scary situation to have the house shot at. I mean, before that, like I said, there were shootings that happened, so I had to kind of worry about this stuff. But to actually have it happen closer to home, where the bullet went through the window, then it went to the TV, and it pretty much almost hit my mom. It was a pretty scary situation, you know. And that shit just pisses me off because it just comes from idiots that want to just be stupid with guns. It's like, if you're gonna have guns or use guns, use them when it makes sense. Like if someone's breaking into your house or you got to defend yourself or whatever, use your gun. But don't just use guns for no reason and use it in an open environment where people can be hurt or killed. It's fucking bullshit, and it pisses me off. If you have an issue with someone and you want to get crazy and violent with them in public, just beat each other's ass and fucking fight each other. Or just beat the shit out of each other with melee weapons or something. Or stab each other. I don't give a fuck. But keep fucking guns out of it so people aren't involved with your bullshit and they can possibly be hurt. You know, because that was a scary situation, you know, and that's the reason I moved away from that house, because it was dangerous to live there. I mean, my mom almost died, and it was scary to have gunshots near that area, people shooting at each other like fucking idiots, you know. It was not a safe place to live. So after that, we eventually moved to a new place. And this new place we live at is just so much better. It's a lot more safe. There's security here. There's gates around the area. It's a lot more of a well-kept area. You know, there's security, and there hasn't been any gunshots here. It's a lot more of a safe area, and I definitely feel more comfortable here. And I'm glad I'm out of that situation. So yeah, that was just the first edition in the JGK Tales, where I talked about something that happened in my life, the time that my house got shot at. It was definitely a scary situation, and I did not like living in that neighborhood, you know. to get the house shot at. And before that, like I said, there was already shootings that happened, and it was just really, really scary, you know. And I'm glad I'm out of there. I'm glad nobody got hurt. I'm glad my mom didn't get hurt. Like I said, she was close to getting shot. She was right near the window. The bullet went through. Thankfully, she ducked, and it went through the window and the TV. It was a scary situation. But yeah, that's all I got to say. That was the time my house got shot at. JGK Tales. Let me know how you feel about this series, and if you like it. That's really all I have to say about this. Peace.